Let's take a look at another Starfall Sabers Mystery Saber. So this is a totally custom, one-of-a-kind lightsaber handmade by Starfall Sabers, which is a seller that operates on Etsy. And they're kind of known for making these one-off mystery sabers and just sort of mixing and matching different parts and things to make their own sabers. And then, sometimes they'll do some limited runs and things too. But at any rate, the sabers they produce have personality. They're not mass produced, in a factory. They're really kind of more of an artisan type lightsaber. So that's one of the things that makes them pretty cool. Now, one of the things about these mystery sabers that I like to do is I like to give them a name as a lightsaber. So I've named this one the Resurgent Guardian. And one of the reasons for that is actually I'm getting some vibes of the Sabine lightsaber from the Ahsoka series. Now, certainly this is not, like totally like that by any means, but there's just a few kind of design elements that remind me a bit of that. So that was part of my inspiration for the name as well. Now, if we look at the top, we have this kind of angled emitter at the top, and it's sort of layered onto the blade holder section there. It's a thin neck design, and then below the neck section we have these kind of stacked rings, sort of radiator style, and they've got that nice kind of deep groove to them, sort of a V groove there. Now, in the kind of middle of the hilt, there's this really interesting piece right here, and that it reminds me of like a little piece of armor or maybe a shield or that type of thing. There's just this kind of cutout black paneling here. Then we've got some very thin grooves along with some weathering throughout actually. That's one of the nice ways to add some personality to a lightsaber hilt. Now the lower part, it's kind of all black, and there's a few different cool textures there. There's a knurled section here, and then sort of a flat section, kind of, reminds you of like where maybe an activation plate would be. And then finally there's this notched pommel with these kind of flared out sections at the very end. And then the sound vent has this kind of gear thing going on. So this is a hilt. It's mainly for display right now. Now it could be installed, so it is empty on the inside, but the main removable part is really the pommel, which does have this cool little ring on the bottom too, so it makes it really easy to use it as a belt hanger. There you can see that there's some good space inside for a possible install. Now there's no switch holes or anything, so it would take a little bit of work, to do that type of thing. But yeah, it's a really cool hilt, just even for display or for being a belt hanger, for cosplay, that type of thing. But this has been a look at a Starfall Sabers Mystery Saber. It was made several years ago. I'm not sure the exact year it was made, but it's one of theirs. And I've named it the Resurgent Guardian. And it's also very standard size lightsaber, so it's 12 inches long. So that's like right there. All right, but feel free to comment below on this design. What do you think of it? What are some of the things you like about it? Or, what other comments do you have?